What's going on with you guys? I'm putting in a lot of work today. I might do a live stream tonight, but most likely not. Going to my niece's graduation. She's going to high school, so I'm proud of the little munchkin, even though she walk around with attitude at times. But yeah, let's talk about it. My adventures with Superman. The first 3 episodes was dope. I'm loving this season, how it started. Hold on, y'all. I gotta pause this. My bad, y'all. I had to pause it real quick because the TV is kind of loud. Now, My Adventures with Superman, if you remember last season episode, it left off with another race that seems to be like Clark's race, but not necessarily. What some people are guessing, it might be Brainiac coming to take over. They've talked about the technology waking up, and one of the advisors told the guy at the end of season 1 about it on Earth, and he said, well, we're going to make our travels there, which was a great lead up because I think this season we're going to get them coming to Earth. Now, Amanda Waller has taken over from Lois's dad, General Lane. If you remember in the comic books, General Lane did a lot of stuff. He was sort of like General Ross in Marvel, Betty's dad, when it came to Bruce. So General Lane in this one wanted to make sure his daughter was safe, so he kind of was captured, but they got away. Clark this season talked to Jor-El. Jor-El was able to finally learn his language. I like the setup they're doing with Jor-El. Like in the beginning, remember for Superman the movie and in the comics, Jor-El just automatically spoke to him in his language. But in this one, they're building him up. They're giving him powers. They're building him up gradually, which I love for Superman. This is how Superman should have always been done. But they just made him OP when he first came out. And it's kind of hard to write for a character that's OP. Like if a character's OP, sometimes you kind of start taking away their stuff so you can make for better stories. That's why you would see Superman in the beginning be sick or have some kryptonite. Like I think this last comic he was in, Justice League versus Kong and Godzilla. Godzilla just blasted him with atomic breath and knocked him out for most of the comic. And then he came back at the end, went toe to toe with Godzilla. Godzilla got on their side. They took out Lex Luthor, but that's another story. In this story, we see Lex Luthor is starting to come into play. This is the one where he has hair. Remember, he had hair at first, and then he lost his hair as he went further and further down the line. Now, with this happening, Amanda Waller is trying to use the Kryptonian. She's trying to use the Kryptonian technology. And what she's trying to do with the Kryptonian technology is she's trying to sorry, y'all. She's trying to control Clark Kent. I mean, not Clark, the Superman. Or kill him. Whichever way works. So she's trying to do that. Now, with her trying to do that, you have Lois Lane, who wanted to find her dad. But if you saw the previews of My Adventures with Superman, you saw that Clark Kent has a cousin named Kara. Kara's alive. So she's probably stuck in one of those dimensions. Now, this can go either one or two ways. She could be in the dimension being controlled by Darkseid, because there's a story where Darkseid raised her, I believe. Or she could be in there fighting to stay alive, and she grew up there. And what it could have done, it could have stunted her growth. So Clark will be older than her and she'll be young. So you can go either way with the story. If they know how to write a great story, which I believe they do, they'll be able to take it to another level. Now, Jor-El tells them about her. Now, they had to go and find the ship and everything. The ship just took him there. Amanda Waller and the little people or whatever those guys were in the beginning, I call them the rejects. They were basically helping her put the technology together so they could basically kill Superman or protect the world from other beings out there. Amanda Waller has never been a bad guy. I don't know why people think she's a bad guy. Amanda Waller is like Nick Fury. She's looking out for the human race. Without her, the human race would be subjected to be taken over. Lex Luthor, he just always wanted to kill Superman because he just always felt like he's just too powerful. And with that type of power, he felt like we don't have that type of power. How will we defend ourselves if, let's say, Superman goes crazy? If Superman goes crazy and just decides to take us out. So that's just how it is. So basically, Amanda Waller, that's just what she was doing. But Lex, like I was saying, Lex, he just wanted to kill because he just always felt Superman would turn on him. And in some stories, like multiverse stories, he did. But we're going to talk about this. Now Superman has developed the power where he can shield himself from fire, and he can also shield another person. He can exert it where it covers another person to keep them from being burnt or taken out. Now, I love the villains on here. They made the villains just as strong, if not stronger, than Superman. That's what you're supposed to do. If your story, the main character is strong, you got to make the enemy stronger or OP. That's the only way. That's the only way you'll be able to tell a great story. That's the only way you'll be able to tell a great story. So Amanda Waller had all these people, prisoners that like nobody really cared about, or some people did care about. They just disappeared. And she would run tests on them, and she would put the technology in them to make them weapons. General Lane never knew about this. This is why he was upset with Lois and them for coming to save him. Now Clark is trying to tell her about his cousin, but Lois really doesn't want to go find his cousin because she think that person might turn out to be bad, and she's really not all the way trusting of Superman. Because if you remember last season, the only episode I really didn't like was like, it was sort of like the Council of Reeds, but it was the Council of Lois's, where in their universe, every Superman was bad. But Lois was like, my Superman's good, but they're saying that he's going to be bad. So they try to take him out. Then it ends up being Pinsky or Pitsky or whatever his name is, Muscle Piskalin or whatever. I can never get his name right. He's like Gazoo. But he was playing tricks. He was doing all of this stuff, and he was showing Lois what the Superman in the other worlds was doing. Like if you watch Lois and Superman or something with that the real series that they're about to end in this season, you know what I'm saying? It's dope because it kind of gives you an idea like, okay, so our Superman is this. It's sort of like Invincible, where Invincible is bad in all the other universes, other dimensions, but in this one, he's good. He went against his dad. Him and his dad turned out to be good. His dad changed after fighting him. He couldn't kill him, so he just left. So In this instance, Lois is kind of having doubts. She doesn't want to bring another Kryptonian there because she still thinks in the back of her head, even though she trusts him, she still feels like he could turn on them one day. And if you have to deal with two of them, you're in trouble. Now, Amanda Waller figured out that he's weak to kryptonite. And I love how they do the kryptonite. I'm going to see if I can show y'all. Gotta clean my room up. Gotta work on this CD today. Put it together. I finished the songs. Okay. Okay. So, if you remember, we saw this at the beginning, remember? Which turns out to be Kara. Then we got Lex Luthor with the hair. The hell? So now, Lois kind of doesn't, I think, want to see it. Now, remember at the end, of the Superman guy and stuff, so we saw some of them at the end. So some are saying it might be Brainiac, but we don't know yet. Jimmy is running his online stuff blew up. Now he has a team. He has his little cousin there with him. Which is dope. Phil, I think they call her Phil. I can't think of her name. But it's dope. Now she doesn't want to meet. She really don't want to meet the cousin. But Clark wants to go find his family because he has family out there. He feels lonely. And he's starting to feel that Lois doesn't want him to find her. And this is what's going to draw a wedge in between them. I think they're going to because Lois, I think, might take that job where Vicky Vale's at. If you just watched the last episode, she outsmarted Vicky to get the story. We got a John Irons preview as Steel, where he saved the day. Superman helped use his new powers to encase the explosion. So if it explodes, it'll really implode instead of explode, which was dope. So John Henry Irons was in this, which I love to see. And then Lex Luthor came at the end and just stole everything like he always does. You know, here it is. Mitzi Picnic. From Remember the Beginning. Remember the first season, episode 7, you know, that was the one where he showed Lois from the current universe, Superman, the other Supermen were doing. So, you know how that goes. Now after the third, you know, now the dad is now living with Clark because, you know, he figured like they found out what Amanda Waller was doing with people testing stuff on him, and he just really didn't like that. Now, season 2, you know, we see that we're going to get Kara, but I believe Superman and Lois are going to break up a little bit. They might break up or they just might separate for a bit, because she's going to end up going to, I think she's going to go to that Vicky Vale thing. Something's going to happen with her and Perry. Then Superman going to bring up his cousin. She's probably going to blow up at him. And then, you know, Superman going to be like, whatever, and leave. Amanda Waller going to be doing some stuff on the low. And I think Superman's going to go find his cousin Kara. But I like they got Vicky Vale in here because she's going to be the split between Batman and Superman. You could bring Batman in. Here. First look at Supergirl. Look at her. And she started smiling when she seen Clark. So far, I give it a 4 out of 4. Last season, I told y'all I gave it a 3.5 out of 4 because of the Lois episode. I couldn't stand that episode because they were pissing me off. But it was dope. I still liked it. And then here's Superman new power rack. He's able to block electricity and stuff. He has a shield form over him, which is dope. And him and Jor-El saying bye to each other. See, look, right here. The professor here who was working with John Henry Irons. And that was the same episode that John Henry Irons came out and helped. We got to see him in a suit, which is dope. I wish the suit, this is the suit I like from the regular show. This is from the regular show in the Arrowverse. But beggars can't be choosers, right? And then this is him when Superman disappeared. I mean, when Superman died, you had all these Supermans created, and he ended up being the one to stay, and they made him steal. Which was dope. Had some dope stories there. And then, of course, you have them. Here, you have them going at it. That was dope how they were outsmarting each other. And then, of course, we have here where's my arrow? Okay, here we go. Then, of course, there we got Jimmy Olsen, which I don't know why they made him black. Like a character like this, like nobody, Jimmy, you know, wish he would have stayed what he was, but it is what it is, so. So like I said, I give it 4 stars out of 4 thus far. Season 2, episode 1 through 3. Now, let me talk about this. This is going at Star Wars fans. Listen, I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. But so far, the Acolyte has been good. I liked it. The first 2 episodes were good. I felt they were done correctly. I felt like it did some things that was great, you know, that I loved. You know, I felt the beginning, I loved how it had some misdirection. You know, we didn't even know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on at all. We didn't. And it was dope because we have a character named May. And then Ophius, I think that's her name. Let me look it up. But Star Wars fans are already hating on it. And it ain't even start yet. And I loved how it ended. But this is what I'm talking about. Star Wars fans never give anything a chance. Now, you have a huge twist with it. And it's breathing new life back into Star Wars. This is what we needed. A whole new direction. You have May. The beginning, you got to see her in action where she was able to kill a Jedi. Indara, which was Carrie Ann Moss. You really don't know what's going on. You just see this, you just see this person mad. You know what I'm saying? You got 36% who saying they like the show. And you got Star Wars people getting mad. I'm like, dude, this is straight. I like how you don't know what it is. You see another person that look like May. And people were mad because Carrie Ann Moss got hurt. And then people don't like the guy. And it's that's what I'm saying. Star Wars fans don't know how to move on. They want everything to be A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. You know, it's crazy. So the actress Amanda, she's playing a twin where she believes in her mind that the Jedi killed her family. So she's looking to go get revenge. Her other sister's name is Osha. Osha is basically what seems to be the good twin. She was a Jedi. She was learning how to be a Jedi, but she failed out. She wasn't able to grasp anything. So now her and May are having dreams talking to each other. May is like, I'm going to kill all of them. So May is trying to kill off the 4 Jedis who were on that planet. She's already killed one, which was Carrie Ann Moss's character. She killed the second guy where he just killed himself because she made him feel guilty. Osha had her in her sight. May thought Osha was dead. Osha thought May was dead, but she figured out May was alive because May went somewhere, was spotted, and the person who's in charge was talking to the head Jedi on the case. His name is Kamir. So Kamir basically is like, okay, what he's going to do is, he knows Osha. He knows Osha wouldn't do this. But he know May, he thought he could save May. He thought May died. But it may be more to this story. I think some of the Jedi in this tried to do a cover-up from what I'm getting. But May was shocked when she saw Osha. Osha let her go. Couldn't kill her. Now she's out here and stuff going after. Then we saw at the end the Wookiee who has the armed force. And he's basically going to be the next target. You know, as we see here, we see he basically acknowledging his master. She came in. He was here talking to some younglings about how to sustain the force. He don't believe it's Osha from the beginning. He knew it wasn't Osha. But he had a strong feeling that it may have been May. He knew it would be her. He just knew it. Because he knew it couldn't have been He knew it couldn't have been OSHA. He was like, OSHA hasn't used the force in like 6 years. And he knows because he keeps tabs on her. And this is what pisses me off. You got people hating on the show already. It's like, dog, Star Wars fans are trash. That's why I don't mess with them. They put out these fake reports saying that, oh, the show's canceled. Listen, I don't have a problem if we have a female lead. I have a problem when you make a female lead, but you try to diminish the men around her, or you try to make it about her being a woman instead of telling an actually good story. So far, we got a good story going. You know, you already got fans hating, which they always hate. And this is why Star Wars doesn't grow. Star Wars doesn't grow because of the fans. The fans don't know what they want. They want the old Star Wars. You can't have the old Star Wars. And basically people are like, man, critics are, because the critics like the show. When the critics like the show, the fans gonna hate the show. The fans don't like the show. I'm like, why? And you know, it started off good. The fighting scenes are dope. I love the fighting scenes. They went away from all of that. The regular fighting scenes with the duel with the sabers. So the main boss so far, her master, we don't know who it is. He basically tells her to kill the guy without a blade. And I understood why he said that, and he pulled out the red saber to show the power of the Sith. I liked that scene. The reason he wanted her to kill without a blade is because it's a test. She's on a test to show her darkness, to show her revenge. Remember, revenge is one of the key aspects to becoming a Sith. And she's on the right path to becoming a Sith. I think what's going to happen is OSHA might stop her, or OSHA may end up killing her to keep her from doing bad and stuff. Which I love the story. And I love her stealth mode, how she's stealthy, how she's paying off children, paying off people to get information or to get her into certain places. Look, man, the series is dope. You know, I don't know what everybody wants. Like, I just don't understand. And I love the cover art. The cover art is dope. The cover art is dope. You got the Sith, the dark, the Jedi, the light. Which was dope. I mean, everything was fine to me. And you got guys hating on it already. It's like, what do y'all want, dog? Like, this is what I don't understand. Y'all act like George Lucas, everything he made was great. The prequels that he did were trash. The first one was it was decent. What messed it up was they had too much stuff going on at the end. The second one was complete trash. The first one I would give 2.5, and then the third one was dope. Revenge of the Sith was dope. That was my favorite out of all the three of them. Then this past trilogy, with Kennedy being the head of everything, was, you know, the first one was okay. I mean, I didn't like the ending. Rey, they were trying to make Rey, how does Rey do everything without training? She just has power. And then they were lazy with their writing. The second one I actually liked. I liked The Last Jedi. I didn't think nothing was wrong with The Last Jedi. Everybody hated it. Then the third one was just complete trash because what they should have done was they should have went with Kylo Ren as the main person for the third one. It would have been perfect. But they fell victim to the fans because these punk ass fans don't know what they want. And they don't. Kathleen Kennedy ain't the person who ruined Star Wars. You guys did along with her. Kathleen Kennedy and you guys have destroyed Star Wars. Y'all have. I liked the Boba Fett. Y'all hated it. Y'all like, I wanted to see Boba Fett like Boba Fett back in the day. How? He's an older Boba Fett now. He's basically doing what Jabba the Hutt did. Kenobi was good. Y'all hated Kenobi. Like, what else do you want? You know, Ahsoka was good until the last 2 episodes. Y'all hated on Ahsoka. So it's like, we're never going to get anything good because you guys hate on everything. Y'all do. Y'all are the biggest haters in the world. Y'all continuously hate on stuff. It's like, bruh, what else do y'all guys want? Like, what else do y'all want? They came with something different to kind of make it fresher. Y'all hated on it. So it's like, I'm done with Star Wars fans, dog. Star Wars fans, I've been done with them for years because they're a bunch of hypocrites. They want everything to be like George Lucas when George Lucas didn't make everything that was good. He didn't. The prequels were trash. Probably the trilogies of the prequels were okay. But the original ones were classic. Y'all want to live like that and you can't, bro. You can't do it. You can't do it. I don't know what to tell you guys, but you just can't do it. But one day we'll probably get it. They want to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. Who are you going to replace her with? Because the person you replace her with might be worse than her. Then you got George Lucas coming out here like, well, they haven't gone in the direction that I wanted. Then, George, how about you get off your old ass and you go make a movie? I don't want to hear shit from you unless you're finna go do it. I don't want to hear shit from you. If you're not going to add to it, move on. Keep your opinions to yourself. I don't want to hear your opinions. I really don't. I don't want to hear shit from you. If you're not finna make another thing or do something else, I don't want to hear it. You understand? Nobody wants to hear it. I don't. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Because all you're doing is giving these fans a bunch of fake, false bravado. Which is unfair to them because they're already dumb and don't know what the hell they want. You're just going to add to it. I don't even blame the fans. I blame you. Because you coming with the bull crap. Nobody got time for that. If you're not going to make anything, move on. That's how I look at it. That is how I look at it. And if people think I'm being disrespectful, fine, then I'll be disrespectful. But I'm so sick and tired of this. I'm so sick and tired of this narrative is that everything sucks when y'all don't give it a damn chance. Y'all don't give it a chance at all. Y'all just hate on the shit. Ahsoka was a good show. Kenobi was a good show. Fett was okay. It could have been better, but it was good. It wasn't a classic, but everything isn't a classic. So I don't know what you guys want. Y'all blasted Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon's been okay. It's not the greatest in the world, but it's good. Watch everything happen in fruition, then give your take on it. Until then, dog, just stop hating. Like, stop with the bullshit. Like, for real, for real. Like, nobody got time for all that, dog. You guys want to continuously tear something down. Y'all don't even give nothing, anything. Y'all don't give anything time to come into fruition. It's like, bro, what are we doing? You know, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? People will tell you, man, I just don't like it. Why you don't like it, man? I don't like how the character is. They got a woman being the leader. So what? I'm glad it's a woman. She looked good to me. She looked fine to me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch because she fine. She a beautiful young woman. So I'm going to watch. And she's killing that role. Y'all find anything wrong with everything, dog. People tired of it. People want to enjoy something without you guys killing it all the time. So you know how that is. You know how that goes. But so far, from what I watched the Acolyte, I give it 3.5 out of 4 so far. I didn't like the one guy with his little dreads going this way and stuff. I just don't like his character, but only thing I didn't like was Carrie Ann Moss got killed off that quick, but I understand the story. So other than that, I mean, it's cool. You know, I just don't understand why everybody hated it. Like it barely, like, I think shout out to LB. LB sent me something and I'm like, dog, Acolyte straight. It go hard so far. Like, what is people talking about? Like, that's what I'm saying. People don't watch nothing no more. We have been told to hate everything. And when you're controlled that way, and when you're told continuously hate, it's like, for what? Why do I need to hate? Why do I need to hate? Hate for what? Like, for real. You know, it's like, what are we talking about? But that's just how everything works, right? That's how everything works, right? You know, we live in a simulation. We live in a simulation where nobody actually gives anything time anymore. And it's sad. It's really sad because there are a lot of stuff out here that's worth watching, but people destroy it. Fans have continuously destroyed. They're destroying the James Gunn Superman right now. It's like, for what? Oh, because I'm a Henry Cavill fan. So what? Now they doing Black Panther dirty. We can't even get a Black Panther. We can't get a Black Panther because Ryan Coogler in the studio are trying to get away from him because they feel like, what's his name? They feel like Chadwick Boseman's the only one who could play T'Challa. When T'Challa was created way before Ryan Coogler even and Boseman even talked about it or did it. So we have to do better, man. That's all I'm saying. Let's wait and see. If the Acolyte turns out to be great, good, we can build on this. We can get some more shows. But if y'all keep shitting on it every chance you get, then what? Thank y'all for listening. I'm out. Deezy.